Yes, say it out loud, everybody. Yes. Say it like you mean it. Yes. Say it again. Yes, yes to my life. Yes to my life. Yes to all life. Yes to all life. And that's the truth. Did you feel the energy rising? Yes. Oh, yes. There was one exercise when I was at college and we, had a drama. We had to take everything. When you want to be a teacher, you take all those lessons. And one of the exercises was you went around the room and you met everybody. And some of us were told to say, when we look into the face of somebody, say no, just no. And then the others would say yes. And when we did that, we felt a huge difference between the energy that was coming at us. The energy going out from us when we were saying no, the energy going out from us when we were saying yes, the energy coming to us when we were said no to, and the energy coming to us when we said yes. And there was a huge, huge difference. 2 little words, yes and no, with so much power and punch in them. And nowadays, when I hear parents say no to a little one, I jump. And I feel for the little one because it does something to your system. Now, I had prepared a lesson today, and I thought it was pretty darn good. And then this morning, this little book came into my hand. About what? 6:45. And so I took it up, and I know what it is because I'd come across it before and was excited about it. And I opened it up. And I opened it up at a page that says appreciation. Page 46 in this little book that's old. It was $1 when it was first bought, and that was expensive in those days. By J. Lowry Fendrick, Jr., price $1. And I opened it up. And of course, it's nothing other than the ancient wisdom and the new wisdom and the only wisdom there is. And so I thought, I'm going to share this with you. And I didn't want to get it incorrect in any way, because it is just, so I hope you find it as eye-opening as I did. I'm sure you will. But this thing on appreciation, now when we think about appreciation, we think about, yes, it's lovely to be appreciated. And I think I should be more appreciated than I'm being. It's all about me. We think about appreciation and says, yes, people should appreciate me, and they don't appreciate me enough. It's not, how can I bring more appreciation into all of life? You see, to be truly appreciative, what I think is, you have to have a sense of awe and wonder with regard to life and living. You have to be in awe of life and living. You have to be in awe of your own life. That life so loved to express itself that it chose you to express itself through. How amazing is that? And I thought more and more about appreciation and people wanting more appreciation. And then when you talk to people, they just don't appreciate me. You hear this a lot. They just don't appreciate me. In the gangs, I get no appreciation. Now, who was the first person that ever said appreciation is all about the appreciation that everybody gives to you? It never was that. Appreciation is something that you and I catch the magic of, and we're appreciative of lifefulness, our own lifefulness. We're appreciative of that lifefulness in each other. We appreciate each other. Now, appreciation, I don't know if you've learned this yet. You can't ask others for appreciation. They're going to appreciate you or they're not. But you certainly can't ask it or demand it. It's a kind of an inner sense. And it's given freely. And you know you're appreciated in life without being told. You don't have to be told how much you're appreciated. You know it, you feel it, it's an energy. So I'm going to share this with you. Oh, I'm at the stage in life where sometimes I have to use these. I didn't like that because I thought, well, I'm never going to need glasses. You should never think anything like that. It kind of makes you sound a bit superior. I'm not going to need any glasses. Now I need glasses. These are ones I bought at Whole Foods, and they're very nice. They're very good brand. They're very good brand. They're not a prescription, but they do well. I don't know whether I can do it with this thing on, but I'll try. The thing about reading glasses is, too, you have to wear them down here. Otherwise, you can't see a darn thing when you look out. And this is not the best kind of look, is it? But I was so used to all of my professors in college wearing glasses down here. Oh, yes, hello, how may I help you? That sounded like a real phone. All right, appreciation. Appreciation is the royal road to happiness, but our age is a critical age rather than an age of appreciation. Have you noticed that? Yeah. We live too superficially. Too much of the clamoring ego is in our mood. Too much of the capriciousness of ego is in our nature. We take too much for granted, and because our lives go amiss occasionally, we react sensatorial. It's old written. We censor things. We have great aptitudes for analysis and argument. We just love analysis and argument. Than we have for appreciation and gratitude. And yet, the critical attitude admittingly goes hand in hand with the lowering of consciousness and the lowering of livingness. You know, it doesn't bode well with any one of us being critical. It really doesn't. It's not an attractive trait. It's not an attractive energy. It doesn't do very much good for us at all. But it's rampant amongst us. Some generations are predominantly appreciative. In such we find the great art, great music, great philosophy. There are the generations whose accent is mainly creative. If we would stop and just allow ourselves to look and listen and realize that what we call the objective accomplishments in our world are the accomplishments that seem to stem back always to the creative impulse. The creative impulse. Within the lifetime of our fathers, the world has passed through epochs of very significant emphasis. 50 years ago, now this is the beginning of the century, 50 years ago, the current of thinking flowed toward materialism. This was followed by an age of objective power, directed strongly to the mechanistic. And the marvels of machines came into existence. Then followed an age with its more or less skeptical accent and its missing factor of spiritual creativeness, which always finds its background in lack of appreciation and praise. I have to skip all I can't tell you all this, so we'll be here all day. Goes on to say, praise is appreciation, the upsurge of instinctive hope and joy in man's being. Now that's what appreciation is. Praise is appreciation. The upsurge of instinctive hope and joy in man's being. It's not, give me some appreciation. I get no appreciation. It's an energy, it's an upsurge, it's an upsurge. It's an upsurge of sense and sensibility about how awesome life is, crazy awesome life is. And what are the possibilities in there for you and for me? It's based on man's consciousness and conviction concerning the goodness of God and the orderliness of the universe. O God, my God, when I in awesome splendor consider all the works your hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder throughout the universe. You are indeed loud and clear. I love that particular psalm. And sings my soul, my Creator God, to thee, how great thou art. How great thou art. That's all going on in you. You're not finding that out there. You can only catch that glorious consciousness because you feel it within yourself. You've let it out. You've let it out. People think we have to let in everything. No, that's our problem. We're so trying to let out all the stuff that we think is what everything and everyone needs, when it's not. The only thing you and I have to let out is the true essence of our being. And the only thing we have to let in is the response to what we are letting out as the true essence of our being. Because what goes out from us comes back to us. So you never have to worry about getting good into yourself. You are going to have it pouring into yourself as long as you're letting it out. What goes out comes back. It's a boomerang effect. I got very excited about this anyway. It's like I read it for the first time and I didn't. Praise is appreciation, the upsurge of instinctive hope and joy in man's being. And it is based on man's consciousness and conviction concerning the goodness of God and the nature of life, and the understanding that life is on my side. Life is for me. Today we have imbibed a too critical attitude and have carried analysis over into the realm of personality. Psychiatry and psychoanalysis is accepted as the going thing, an accent. These things in themselves are good if left to professional technicians, but they are bad when the mood and the tempo of critical self-analysis and doubt possess our entire being. We are in danger of considering too much the arguments of living, and in consequence we have fallen distracted in the ditch of disharmony. When we open ourselves up to seeing exactly what's going on, I mean, sometimes it takes an old book like this to reflect to us what actually is going on in ourselves and in everybody else. Our livingness has about it the flavor of suspicion, lack of trust, cynical contemplation of the world and mankind in general. Does that sound familiar? True, we have climbed scientifically to the very stars of achievement, but in spite of our achievement, we find ourselves with empty hands, tired, vexed, and confused, and looking longingly up the high road that leads to happiness. And there is no song in our hearts. What really jumped out at me in this is like we could be talking about today. This is over 100 years ago. There can be no song in our hearts without appreciation. The appreciation of nature revealed to us in the hills splashed with color, and the mountains that tossed their heads against the sunset, and the clouds silhouetted against the dawn. In the laughter of the rain, the crystal song of snow, and in abyss after abyss of mystery that is yet unplumbed. When did you last have an experience like that out in nature? When were you last out in nature and had that kind of sense, that explosive sense of amazement, awe, and wonder? We need it, our souls need it. We become more and more encased in our concrete cities, and less attached to nature. We have to do something about that. It is appreciation that welds together the love and the trust of parents and paints the gladness in the faces of little children. It is appreciation that puts hope in the hearts of youth. Under the warm glow of appreciation, the radiance of a child finds its impulse, and youth finds its power. So the next time you're thinking about appreciation, it's about you having moved inside of yourself, pulled up out of yourself, that glorious beingness that's in there, and expressing it in appreciation for all of life and living. It's never about you not getting enough appreciation. It's always about you giving enough appreciation. And the more of it we give, guess what? The more of it comes back to us. It can't but, because what we put out there comes right back at us. It's a boomerang effect. So the best way to get appreciation is to give it. To give and not to count cost, as St. Francis says. And give it, and give it, and give it, and give it. And the more you give it, the more you have to give. It is appreciation, not criticism, that strikes the chords of creative power in the musician's breast, that sets the fires of genius aglow in the mind of the scientist, that puts a song in the heart of the plowman in his field. It is that energy of being awake enough to be one enough with nature that gives you the glow inside and puts a hop, skip, and jump in your step and makes you feel how neat it is to be alive. How neat it is to be alive. It is appreciation, not criticism, that will always mend things, heal things, and fix things. It's just so yummy, this little book. I could go on and on and on, but I have to save something for another time. So, today the challenge is, can I put my appreciation cloak on like Superman and reveal the big A for appreciation? Can I first be an appreciation of myself? That out of all of the bazillions of possibilities that could have made it into life, I made it in. To get yourself born physically, it says in Buddhism, it's like a dolphin trying to find its way through all of the seas to the one hoop there is so that it can jump through it. He says that's how difficult it is. Get a human birth. You did it. My God, give yourselves a round of applause. You made it in. Now that's your greatest achievement. You can't top that. You started out from the very top. What is it going to be for you today? What is it that you want to really be awake and aware and alert to? in that energy of appreciation, coming from within you, not from outside of you, but coming from within you. What can you appreciate today? Stuff as much onto that list as you possibly can. Get out there and appreciate, appreciate, appreciate. You have no idea what good that will do for you more than anyone else, and also what good that might do for others. I see you. I hear you. I appreciate you. Without ever looking for any of that coming back to you. Now it says here, Charles F. Kennedy says, how can you have a better tomorrow if you are thinking of yesterday all the time? You're never going to be able to have this kind of appreciation if you're all the time thinking about the lack of appreciation you're experiencing. And I love that. It's very simple. How can you have a better tomorrow when all the time today is occupied with yesterday? Make up your minds now with regard to how you are going to go through those doors changed in your whole understanding of life and living, and in a deeper appreciation of nature. It's up to you. And I love this, and it was Muhammad Ali that said it. Don't count the days, make every day count. That's all you and I have to do to be happy. We only have to look to today and make it count. Now, how did we start off today? Are we making today count? If we haven't made that decision, let's make it now. I'm going to make today count for something. Something that is affirming, appreciating, and uplifting. And if I can do that within myself and succeed with doing that inside of myself, I'm raising up all of life. I'm raising up the whole world. I really am. And I am an amazing anchor, as are you, with regard to the ship of life. We can save it a lot in the storms by lowering that anchor. And that anchor is awareness. Awareness. You cannot not be appreciative if you are aware. Awareness. Awareness. So if it's going to be, dear, it's up to you yourself to make of your life whatever you want to make of your life. You can make of your life, as the poet said, a tavern, or you can make of your life the most glorious, amazing thing. It's up to you. And listen, you don't have to think anything about anyone else. If you think well of yourself, that will all take care of itself. If you can trust yourself, and when you're at your lowest and you've just managed to absolutely blow it royally, just remember, I can always make a comeback, and I can always come back bigger and better than before, because life is on my side. The universe supports me, and the only will, if it is a will, I would say the only divine design for me is that I should have life and have it in abundance, that my life should be complete, that I should flourish, that I should thrive. And when I know that deep down in my very marrow, I tell you, the way opens up before us and creates the situations for us to flourish and to thrive. Don't you want that? Yes. Well, 10 of us do. It's a start. It only takes the quantum number. And then there was one other thing here. Ah, yes. This was one of Ram Dass's last quotes, and he said, "The quieter you become, the more you can hear. The more observant you and I become, the more awesomeness we'll see." So, it's not about speaking more, saying more. It's about perceiving more, listening more, paying attention more. It's not about thumping our fists and declaring, this is right, this is what we should be doing or could be doing or whatever. You don't know that. There's no one on this planet knows what I should be doing. No more than I know what anybody else should be doing. My only business is to know what I am doing and to monitor that. And I find the people that start stating what everybody else should be doing or could be doing haven't even got a finger on their own pulse with regard to what they could be doing themselves. And the doing is about being. The only thing you and I have to do is to be all that we're here to be, created to be. And there's a whole lot of quietness in there. There's a whole lot of listening in there. There's a whole lot of being present and perceiving in there. So that we can grow in wisdom and grace as we are meant to. So are you on?
Yes.
Do you want to wake up more?
Yes.
Do you want to demonstrate the moreness of yourself?
Yes.
Wouldn't you love to feel at peace no matter what's going on?
Yes.
Wouldn't you love to be without one judgment against anybody else?
Yes.
Oh my God, the freedom of that. I can only imagine. Well, okay, let's start saying yes to life.
Yes to life.
Yes to life.
Yes to life.
Yes to life now.
Yes to life now.
For each and every glorious one of us. Absolutely. So be in awe and be in wonder of your own good self. All of the wise ones have said the same things. Until you learn to live in awe and wonder, you haven't a clue with regard to what living is. Be in awe, be in wonder of all of the goodness in life, and let that be your focus, and only that be your focus. And I'm telling you, we could walk on water, but we'd rather take the boat. It's more fun on a boat. You can get lovely drinks and eats and this and that and the other, and you can go sliding down water slides and so forth. So I'm going to know for each and every one of us in this room today, each and every one of us in this room today, that God by means of me, say it,
God by means of me,
is on the move, outward, upward, forward, and it's good, and it's very good, and it's a hoot and a holler, and so it is. So it is. Oh my goodness, I know you're all going to have a great good day. Great good day. And now, my dear ones, we have that lovely opportunity to celebrate our prosperity and to share. And to know that what we share is making it thank you. It's making a difference in our world. A big difference in our world. So let's take our gift between our blessing hands and say, I know divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love. Thank you. And now Reverend Catherine's going to come forward and
I want to express my appreciation to the Arusha family for sharing these beautiful flowers with us. I am just blown away as I'm watching and thinking of appreciation. This is the time in our service when we honor the mission statement of Redondo Beach, to honor your presence, to nurture your spirit, and to enrich the life of all we serve. And we receive messages that help us know how we're doing with that. During pandemic, I was shocked, like a lot of us, at the abrupt changes. But I quickly embraced the newfound silence and lack of hustle and bustle. Like a lot of people, I guess, I had no idea how long it would last, but I hurried to do things I had been putting off. Eventually, I got most of my to-do list checked off, and I started looking for new things. Again, this was okay. I just rolled with it. Eventually, I noticed more and more complaints from lots of people. It didn't bother me because I was fine. I just kept quiet. But what I didn't realize is how the atmosphere of the world was affecting me. One day recently, I woke up and realized that I was affected by lots of things. Being able to say that to myself was good for me. I did get some help in my prayers for myself, and I am so much better for that. I do love this teaching that can help me even when nothing is really wrong.
Beautiful, beautiful. And thank you for sending in that lovely sharing. It helps us all when we hear how all of us can get over ourselves and do good and so on. But I would say to everybody, we'd be healthier, we'd be more joyous, we'd be more ourselves with less criticism. If you want to make the difference in the world, don't criticize. And there are some people in these days, and we know because COVID and everything else, that's all they can do is criticize. Criticism never helps. It hinders. Never helps. It always hinders. There's always a way to get around whatever it is you want to say without criticizing. So instead of criticizing, let's offer solutions. Have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? What do you think of? You see, so that you want to bring the healing, beautiful grace of spirit into the world, so that you can help mend it and uplift it. And in so doing, help and mend and uplift yourself. I've listened to so many complaints. So I want to hear now from myself and everybody else solutions, not situations, solutions. And I can tell you this much. A complaint has never uplifted or served anything good. It just stops and blocks at the very best and appreciates beyond that. So if you want to really do something and make a difference, do it in the affirmative. And you'll be amazed at how you'll feel so good. Your life will feel better. Your stomach will feel better. Your head will feel better, etc. when you can affirm. So since it is given to religious scientists to always be affirming, let's just practice the science. Fancy that. Just practice the science. You are amazing and you do great good in the world, all of you. And we are extremely grateful to each and every one of you who have supported this center since your joining up with the community. And you've done it with good grace. Done it with good grace. There are beautiful people who just give, and they don't count the cost, and they don't demand that they be shown the good that this contribution is making. because they know the true meaning of the signs. I am giving freely. I am giving because I'm so grateful for what I have been given. I am giving to make a difference in the world and trust that that's happening. We are naturally born givers, and that's how so many of us get frustrated when we're not giving. When we're getting all the time, wanting more all the time. It's a strange phenomenon in the human gene. But I promise you that if you give, even if it's only a penny, with a very good heart, you'll be richly blessed. Richly blessed. So we're going to get up and we're going to get out and we're going to go out there and we are going to mend, fix, and heal this world of ours by first mending and fixing and healing ourselves. And whatever that looks like to you, get whatever help you need for that to happen. And then you're going to be almighty out there in this beautiful world of ours. So now we're